So I've painted the lantern. It's ready to fill. It's been painted with a beige or off-white paint, and then I sprinkled a very fine glitter on it while the paint was wet. And then I did paint it with a clear coat. So right now I'm getting together the materials, kind of putting together an idea of how to fill it. I do have the glass panels that are have to go in here eventually. Obviously they're not going to go on until I finish assembling it. I want to run some lights in here. There's holes along the top, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these mini LEDs and drape them. And I really want to dangle some crystals from the top also. I have a lot of these vintage chandelier crystals, so I'm a real sucker for crystals and lights and stuff, so I'm going to try to incorporate those. I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know if this wire isn't going to hold, you know, a ton of weight, so I'm going to maybe wire some of the very small chandelier crystals to this, and then drape it off the top. And then because I have all these holes, I may wire a couple of the larger crystals on. And I've got some twiggy looking trees, and then I have these other trees. I'm going to load the trees in first, then I'll figure out if I want to add like figurals to it. So my first step is to empty this out, turn it upside down, and I'm going to drill a hole towards the back corner so I can run all the wiring in. And then I have a styrofoam base that I'm going to cut so I can have a base to glue these trees in. So that's my next step. So just kind of getting together some ideas. I've got this giant crystal that I love, so that may be the center crystal. We'll see. So stay tuned. I'm drilling the hole in the bottom. I'm just I did a pilot hole first with a smaller bit, and then I'm going to go and go ahead and drill with a larger bit. So I'm going to be stringing on the crystals to the light strand. Okay, so I have a very thin wire. You can buy at the craft store. I have silver. It comes in all different colors. And what I'm going to do is I started on one end, and I'm just going to go move along here and load beads on. I've got an old Aurora Borealis crystal necklace. I'm going to use some beads, and I'm going to just string on a couple here and there. I may drop them down a little bit, and then I've got some chandelier crystals. This wire's nice because it's real easy to work with. It's like as thin as thread. And basically I'm wrapping it around this wire and then dropping these crystals a little further down so they're not too close to the wire. Okay, so I've got the battery pack for the mini LED crystal lights velcroed on the bottom. I've got enough space between the height of the legs and the base where I can fit this and actually this larger pack. Okay, so I've got the lights strung up inside. I wired them to the holes after I strung the beads on. And I've got my styrofoam base sitting on the bottom. It looks sloppy, but I'm going to cover up everything. But I wanted to put that styrofoam base so I can set these trees in. I'm going to take actually these off of the base that they're in, and then I'm going to hot glue my trees that I decide to use inside. Okay, so now I'm just sprinkling this glitter on the bottom. Yeah, I think it's turning out pretty cool. I was going to get the fake snow but I don't need a lot because of the styrofoam base. And the way I'm getting in here is I'm actually using just a spoon and going in there and sprinkling it down. If it gets on top of something, I just blow in there, blow it off of them. But I think it's looking pretty sparkly too, so it'll really catch the light. And then everything is pretty much contained in here because the base is solid. So this is really gonna throw off a lot of sparkle too on the base. Okay, here's the finished product, or somewhat finished product. I'm gonna embellish the top a little bit, put some branches and add some more kind of crystals hanging maybe from that top row of the opening holes on the top. Got the fiber optic. I like those. Little deer family.